guys. Thanks for tuning in to Within the Frame. I'm Janet.
And I'm Richard.
And today we've got some TV and movie news, and also talking about Golden Globes.
So basically the usual, the rundown, but a little change of pace. Also, guys, remember today is the Chandler International Film Festival. Why did I say international? Chandler
it is international.
It is international?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wasn't misreading that. Chandler Film Festival is today. I will be there on the red carpet to interview all the people there. It's gonna be a good event. Anyone who's out there, please give us a like, subscribe, and you can follow us. If you follow us, you can keep up to date on all the coverage of the ceremony.
Yeah, a new video on that will be up probably next week.
Yep. So let's dive in right into the news. A lot of movie news, a lot of television news. First thing Janet wants to mention is that
First thing I want to mention.
little show premiered on Netflix that you wanted to talk about today, didn't it? Wasn't it?
Oh my God, yes! Unfortunate Events. Lemony Snicket's series of Unfortunate Events, Netflix series, premiered today. And I'm really excited.
Yeah, I don't know much about the books or anything, so this is something
You're missing out.
She's more excited for it than I am, but...
Yeah, I'm super excited. Like, the trailers were awesome. I know a lot of people have already started watching it, and they're posting about it on social media about how amazing it is, so I'm hoping it lives up to the expectations.
Guess we'll have to check it out.
Yep.
Let's see. So as far as movie news today, we got our first look of the Justice League. Why am I saying first look? This is like our third or fourth look at the Justice League. And what's interesting about this photo is that it's Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman. No Superman. I don't know why they insist on keeping him secret, because we all know he's coming back. Mm-hmm. He was at Comic-Con, and he was in the other photo. So why they're keeping, everyone knows Superman's going to be back.
Well, I mean, we don't want to assume anything as an audience.
Yeah, I feel like DC's taking the wrong lesson. They were like, okay, we showed Doomsday, so we can't show anything. But it's like, guys, come on. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room, and that Superman's going to be in this. But it's a cool photo. Like I said, it still feels weird with just 5 of them and calling them the Justice League. That doesn't seem right. But, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, isn't there some Green Lantern news?
Yes, it's DC also let it drop that Green Lantern Corps, one of the films in their DC slate, has scored a writer. David S. Goyer, who wrote Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, helped contribute for the script for Dark Knight. He also wrote the script for Man of Steel and wrote the 3 Blade movies, is set to write Green Lantern Corps and produce it.
That's awesome. Are you excited for that?
I'm 50-50.
Did you like the last Green Lantern?
You knew I was going to respond to that. You knew.
What? I'm asking you.
I hated the last Green Lantern movie. I think the last Green Lantern movie is one of the worst superhero movies ever
With
made.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yes. I think it's worse than Fantastic Four.
What?
I think it's almost as bad. I don't know what's worse, that or Suicide Squad. I have to think, but they're both equally bad.
Oh my God.
For a similar reason.
I thought it was okay. I mean, wait, when did it come out?
2011.
Yeah, I
And
didn't know that
garbage.
much about film back then, but when I watched it, it was like, this is okay.
Well, watch it now that you know a little bit more and be like, man, this is garbage. But I'm excited because I think they realized their mistake with the last one was they tried to force a hero's narrative on it. They wanted to make it very Star Wars like, but that's not what Green Lantern is. Green Lantern, if anything, is more like Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a police force, like an intergalactic police force. So basically, you should make Star Trek meet Lethal Weapon. And that's in their pitch, they said it's going to be like Lethal Weapon in space. So
okay.
I'm excited for that. And it's going to be Hal Jordan, who is the classic Green Lantern, and then Jon Stewart, who most people know from the cartoon Justice League. So that should be pretty cool. I'm just concerned about Goyer writing. It's one of those things where it's like, he's a really good idea man, but sometimes his execution isn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he needs someone else there to balance him out. I'm wondering who they're going to get to direct. I hope he doesn't direct it, because the 3 movies he has directed have not been good. So I really want Green Lantern to be a good movie.
We'll hope.
So it's I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit meh. The other bit of news we have is the Cars 3 trailer.
The second trailer, right?
Second trailer, yeah. Pretty bomb, I'm going to say.
Yeah. It felt like the same sense of the first trailer.
Yeah, it opens almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
It starts the exact same way with the dark, gritty opening. And it's funny because I don't think we see Lightning talk. We hear his voice, but we don't see his eyes or anything throughout the whole trailer. It's almost all done from the back or from above.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really weird. But it's a good example of a property that's grown up with its franchise, or a franchise that's grown up with its fan base. Because we were kids when the first one came out, so
yeah, in 2006
is when it started. So, yeah, the fact that it's been 11 years now, that's so crazy when you say that out loud. It's been 11 years since the first Cars movie.
McQueen has grown up.
McQueen has grown up. Also, no Mater. There was, like, no other characters from the original Cars film
Is he
in this
dead?
trailer. That's how
Is
dark.
he in the junkyard?
That's how dark this movie got. They killed Mater. They just killed everybody. Lightning's alone. But
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good trailer. I'm excited. The more I see, the more interest I have, which is funny because when it was announced, I think Cars 3 was like the movie that nobody wanted. Everyone was like, okay, Incredibles 2, awesome. Toy Story 4, maybe why? Finding Dory, super excited. Cars 3, get that out of here.
Yeah, but I think they took that and then they really tried with these trailers to make it something completely different.
And it certainly is different. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
The next bit of news we have is Anna Kendrick has been cast in a Disney movie about Santa Claus. Now, let's set the record straight here. Is that the headlines read, Anna Kendrick is Santa Claus, which the internet being the internet will react in the most calm way possible because, you gender flip anything and they're going to look at it reasonably and no, they overreacted. But the plot is essentially, from what the synopsis read, was that Santa is retiring and his daughter takes up the mantle of Santa Claus when her older brother fails or backs out. I don't know.
It's on the naughty list.
Yeah,
probably.
it's on the naughty list. It's the same plot essentially as Arthur Christmas. So I don't know. I don't really have like a strong opinion here or there.
It just like when I heard about it, it felt weird. Like it does kind of seem like Anna Kendrick is gonna be the next Santa Claus. So I can see like why people in the comment section are arguing about it because Santa Claus is Santa Claus.
Yeah, but it's not like she's going to be playing Santa Claus. She's playing the next Santa Claus, the one who takes up the mantle.
I mean, but either way, however you spin it, it's still Santa Claus. It's still the person that's like coming on Christmas and bringing you the presents.
I guess, but it's not like I said. It's almost like the Spider-Man argument. It's like we have Peter Parker as Spider-Man, but then we got Miles Morales as a new Spider-Man. He's not replacing Peter Parker. He's just the next in line. So I feel like I don't know. It could be interesting. Honestly, I just want them to do like a really cool Santa Claus movie. Like I want a young Santa Claus. I want to see like Santa back in his youth when he was like first delivering toys. I want that movie.
Teenage Santa.
I want like an action Santa Claus movie, like when they show him out like as like some kind of young renegade when he's giving out toys, being a real rebel. Make that movie happen, Hollywood.
It honestly just kind of feels like a bad move for Anna Kendrick. Like all like her filmography that she's done, this kind of seems out of left field. Don't you think?
I don't know. Anna Kendrick has a really interesting filmography when you look at it.
I think like the closest thing to this is like.
Because don't forget, her movie,
Pitch Perfect.
her franchise did start out with Twilight. She did start out there, so.
Yeah.
So she's got an interesting franchise from like Twilight to Up in the Air to.
But her character.
The Accountant, which you loved.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everything that I've seen her in like are more serious roles after. Obviously not Twilight and Pitch Perfect, but like she seems like she was really going into more of a serious actress.
Because Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates was such a serious movie.
Well, that was more of an adult audience. I felt like I'm like veering into, fitting in with that audience. I felt, and now Santa Claus is kind of bringing her back down to children movies.
I think it's family movies, which family movies should be enjoyed by everybody. Because you wouldn't. Tom Hanks is in Toy Story, and
it just feels like a weird move for her.
It does feel weird. It's gonna be interesting to see how this movie goes. Yeah, Disney's got an interesting slate because obviously they want this to be a Christmas release, but I don't know because I think they have Mary Poppins set for next Christmas, so maybe this will be the Christmas after that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a fun road to see where Disney goes with this.
Yeah.
The other bit of news we have is American Horror Story got renewed not for just one season, but 3 extra seasons. So it's gonna be running until 2019 now.
And that's awesome.
So you're a big fan of that show.
I am, and I know last time we talked about it, I gave a review on the season that was premiered before the current season. So I haven't seen Roanoke.
You reviewed Hotel.
Yeah, I haven't seen Roanoke yet, even though that's like probably over now.
Girl, you gotta step up your game.
I just don't watch like live TV. I like watch it on Netflix. I watched after.
I watched like a few episodes of Roanoke. Like it was pretty intense. Like
it gets intense. But 3 new seasons. I'm like super excited.
And plus, this confirms pretty much they're doing that crossover episode, right? Remember the crossover season between it's Covenant and Murder House. They said they're doing. So that should be fun. Hopefully, I want them to like combine them all.
And I'm kind of confused as to how they're gonna do that because like even the last episode of Hotel, they did some crossover and characters are in both seasons played by the same actor or actress, and so it feels kind of like confusing.
I think that's kind of cool. I think it makes, I don't know, just that they're
It's like a Twilight world.
that they're connected. You mean Twilight Zone?
Well, yeah, but like world.
Did you say Twilight? I said when you say Twilight World, that implies like Twilight the Vampire franchise.
Oh my god.
You gotta say Twilight Zone World, or Twilight Zone already sounds
You're
like
so technical. Whatever. I'm sure everyone knew what I meant.
Yes, in the comment section, let us know if you knew what Janet meant. And the other major news, which made me super pumped, was Entertainment Weekly unveiled the first look at the Defenders, the Marvel Netflix crossover. Basically, their Avengers, which is Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. And
you just love that picture.
I do love that picture. I made my cover photo on Facebook. I made my phone background. I'm just so excited because I almost got the same feeling I got when I saw the Avengers first lined up. Because I remember I got the Entertainment Weekly when they had the Avengers first together, and it was kind of cool because they didn't have the Hulk design yet, so it was just Mark Ruffalo. And it looked kind of just like, it wasn't anything to talk about, but it was like, oh my god, it's the Avengers, they're all together. And now it's like the Defenders are all together.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I loved all the shows. I think Jessica Jones is still the best one. I think she's the one I'm the most excited for because I just want to see her interaction with like Daredevil and Iron Fist because we already know how she's going to interact with Luke Cage. Mm-hmm. But it's like I want to see her and Daredevil. Really, I just want to see like class because she's like. Daredevil's such a kind of a good guy, but he's also just sort of a jerk at times also.
Kind of like you.
Yeah, exactly. And Jessica Jones is just sort of like, I'm not putting up with any of your shit. And Luke Cage is going to be like the heart of the group. He's like, guys, let's all be good. And they're going to be like, shut up, you and your moral center.
Yeah, that seems fun. I mean, I haven't seen any of the Marvel TV shows. My boyfriend has watched a couple.
You still haven't watched them?
No, I haven't. And but I've heard amazing things about him, so to see this whole group kind of come together,
you gotta watch before this premieres.
Yeah, I definitely won't watch this
because we'll do a live stream of this. We'll just watch all of them. Also, they didn't confirm it, but they pretty much said that the show will premiere in the summer. That's gonna be so it's almost like a summer movie event, but for Netflix. So we'll have Iron Fist, which premieres in March, and then the Defenders in the summer, and then most likely Punisher will premiere in. Either the fall, probably I'd say around like September, October, November. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much it for all the news we got today. Also, one maybe minor bit, obviously, the whole world wants to know. Guys, Girl Meets World might have a second chance at life on ABC Freeform. They're in early talks right now. But there is a good chance there is a good chance. I don't want to say it's a confirmed or official, but I think the fan outcry will get that maybe a consideration.
What fan outcry? You're the only fan.
There are plenty of fans, Janet.
You're literally like the only person I know that likes that show.
You do realize there is a world outside of your social
circle, right? Why are you still watching Disney shows? That's what I want to know.
Why can't I watch Disney shows?
Like,
they're good.
You're not their target audience
they're good,
anymore.
But they're good shows. Actually, and it's family entertainment, so it's entertainment for the whole family. And it's like, I guess, also, Disney shows, you and I just saw that Tangled trailer. And
yeah, I mean, Disney's good. I love Disney. But, like, Girl Meets World? Really?
We watched Boy Meets World. How is that different? If you watch Boy Meets World now, is it any weirder?
Classic. We literally don't need to go over this any further.
You watch the next 3 videos are going to be Girl Meets World, Boy Meets World feuds.
But something that we should talk about is the Golden Globes that happened last week.
I don't know why I did that.
You watched it, right? All of it?
I did. I watched the whole ceremony. I live tweeted and live Facebook posted.
I saw that. You were literally all on my feed.
I know. I was going crazy. La La Land won 7 awards. It's actually the record for the most wins for a single movie at the Golden Globes.
That's amazing.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, though. For as much as I love La La Land, I don't think it should have won the Best Screenplay Award.
Yeah?
That should have gone to Manchester. I feel like Manchester by the Sea should have taken that one.
Casey Affleck did win 1 award, right?
He won Best Actor. Best Actor. That was a tough one. It was between him and Denzel for Fences, it felt like. Mm-hmm. They're really going for it. Speaking of Fences, can we acknowledge that, because everybody else has already mentioned it.
Have you seen Fences?
I haven't seen it. I want to see it. Okay. But can we acknowledge that, like, for some reason, everybody kept saying Hidden Fences?
That was so funny. Literally,
I think
it only happened twice. Maybe more.
It happened once on the red carpet, and then it happened with Michael Keaton when he was presenting
It's Hidden Figures and then Fences.
Yes, guys.
I can see where it can get confusing.
I still don't see where it can get confusing. It's not that difficult.
I mean, Hidden Fences, Hidden Figures,
if somebody isn't writing a script right now called Hidden Fences, I'm gonna be really bummed out. That script.
Where are the fences? roses, guys.
That movie better be on the blacklist by next year. But it was a good ceremony. Did you watch it? Or?
Yes, and I was also on Twitter checking out what people were saying, and I was really kind of thrown back by all the hatred for La La Land.
Yeah, La La Land got a lot of hatred. It felt like the minute it won the first award, it was like, all right, well, let's turn on the tables on this.
Yes, what I saw, it was kind of against musicals, kind of against actors, kind of against films that had white actors. Just it became like a whole kind of mess.
I feel like a lot of the hatred just comes from because of how well received it's been. Like if a movie is like really popular and it becomes like kind of a mainstream thing, it kind of becomes counter. Like the only way people think they can say anything about it is to be contradictory about it. Because like think about it. Look at all the films that have won Best Picture. They typically get turned on them for the movies that. And again, some of them are certainly deserved. Crash totally deserves the hate it gets because it's not good and it won over Brokeback Mountain. But like,
well, like people were saying, like Moonlight wasn't getting anything, and then I felt like a lot of hatred came because.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Because La La Land was getting so much love, and of course the two actors are white, and Moonlight. Predominantly black cast wasn't getting any recognition. I feel like that's why a lot of people were backlashing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a wrong place to put the backlash because that should be with the Hollywood Foreign Press because Moonlight and La La Land didn't really go up against each other in any category.
Yeah.
They were in two separate categories.
Yeah, I noticed that. And so I was kind of confused why there was so much backlash. And a lot of it, like I said, was regarding race.
Yeah, they only went up against each other, I think, in the best score and best cinematography category.
Was it not Best Picture too?
No, well, Moonlight won the best drama, and La La Land won the best comedy musical.
Oh yeah, they're different. Yeah.
But like, I think because a lot of it was like, I was shocked too that I'm gonna butcher his name, Mustafa Ali lost Best Supporting Actor to Aaron Taylor Johnson, because from everything I've heard is that he was the best in Moonlight, and he's had a great year this year between Moonlight and. Luke Cage.
Have you seen Moonlight?
I haven't seen Moonlight. I want to go see it. I saw that they're playing it at Valley Art, and I want to go see it sometime this week. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
But I heard so many great things about it. And then when Aaron Taylor Johnson won, I was like, okay, Quicksilver, I love you, but I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Can we just talk about, real quick, the Ryan Gosling speech and how that just was the sweetest thing ever?
Oh, my God. Like, I didn't love him enough. Jeez.
If you didn't see it, Ryan Gosling... his speech for what was it for?
La La Land.
Yeah, but was it for
Best Actor?
Best Actor.
In a comedy or musical.
He thanks his wife, and then he thanks Emma Stone, and basically says he wants to rip the trophy and give her a piece, but they're gonna fight over the top piece. It was just so funny and charming and cute.
That's why he won, guys. Like, I remember going into that, and I was like, okay, it's Ryan Gosling versus Ryan Reynolds, and I'm going to be cheering for Gosling.
Did you see Ryan Reynolds, kiss
Andrew Garfield?
Andrew Garfield?
I was like, well, that's the closest thing to a Spider-Man Deadpool crossover we're going to get.
I did not notice that when it was,
I didn't notice it either until someone, pointed out. I was like, huh.
And then it was all over the internet.
I wonder, maybe Ryan Reynolds was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't have a speech ready. But... I was really happy Gosling won because everyone who knows me knows I love Ryan Gosling, and his speech was just so sweet. He made every man in the world just look 5 times less appealing.
Oh my God!
There's a reason why people love him.
Yeah, he was super sweet.
But the whole award ceremony was interesting because another big winner for the night was The Crown, the Netflix original series, which I've wanted to watch for a while, and I have a reason to watch it because now it's won the 2 Golden Globes. It's funny though that it felt like a lot of the British shows beat out People vs. O.J. Simpson, which was the clear frontrunner going into a lot of the awards. Because Tom Hiddleston won for The Night Manager, so did Hugh Laurie. The Crown won Best Drama, so it was,
It seems like it's definitely up there. I haven't seen it.
It's funny that it's run by the Hollywood Foreign Press and that the British shows won.
Conspiracy?
Oh, I was going to say, I totally forgot. I dropped it on the La La Land discussion that I think that the movie that is the most popular ends up getting the most hatred towards it.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of pissed that Birdman still hasn't gotten that. No one's turned on Birdman yet.
I've heard a lot of
I feel like I'm the only one that still didn't like Birdman. Boyhood should have won 2014, guys. Or No Country for Old Men, no one's really turned on that. There'll Be Blood still was the better movie, but nobody turned on it. No Country. But it's if you look at Slumdog Millionaire, everyone's oh, it's just fluff and it's just nonsense. But I think La La Land will be a lot like Slumdog Millionaire, where it's a really good movie, and it's gonna win Best Picture at the Oscars. Maybe there are other films that deserve it. I disagree. I think La La Land's a great film on its own. but I think it's the right movie at the right time. Because just like, Rocky and Taxi Driver went toe-to-toe at the Oscars in 76, and Rocky won. Now, I love Rocky, but Taxi Driver is the better movie. But Rocky is the movie that America needed at that time, between Vietnam and just the whole world looking like it was awful. You needed kind of that uplifting movie.
Mm-hmm.
Slumdog Millionaire came out right as we were going through a recession, right as, it was just this really turbulent time in America. It felt like everything was changing, and we just needed something that was, it reminded us it was going to be good. We weren't going to give the Best Picture winner to The Reader or The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
And this year it's like, La La Land, it's a movie that reminds us that maybe life is going to be all right. Maybe there's some joy to be had. And yeah, maybe Hollywood does like to award movies about itself a lot. But I think La La Land's one that deserves its award.
The more I think about it, the more I really like that movie.
You still, that soundtrack though, so good.
And I'm like so surprised that Ryan Gosling, I didn't know this before, but he actually played the piano and he was trained, and that song was actually him.
Yeah, and he forgot how to play the piano now also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said like he learned it and then he just forgot after filming.
After all the stress.
So any other highlights from the Golden Globes you want to mention?
American Crime Story. People versus OJ. I loved how much kind of news it got, and I definitely think it deserves it. It was a really great show. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. I need to watch it. I kind of forgot when it was on, and it just sort of came and went really quick, and everybody seemed to have watched it, besides me.
No, it's really good, and Cuba Gooding Jr. did amazing, and it's kind of weird, like when he was at the Golden Globes, to see him with his little like mohawk thing, like. He does not look like that in the show, and then you see like, oh, that's actually what he looks like.
I'm gonna have to see it. Is it on? It's not on Netflix yet, is it?
No, but if you have like a cable account, you can go and you watch it online.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it.
So, yeah.
The other big one, also, it's funny that we mentioned FX, was that Atlanta won 2 awards, and Donald Glover won for Best Comedy, and it won for Best Actor in a Comedy.
I'm so excited for him. He's such a hard worker.
I know, and the fact that that Atlanta was so big, it felt like, and they're not rushing a second season. They obviously had to delay it because of him being Lando Calrissian and Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
But he just inked, like, I think it was today they announced he inked a big deal at FX where like they're gonna have like first look at any project he comes up with.
That's awesome.
But, like anytime Donald Glover has an idea, he's gonna be like, FX, do you guys want it? And then they have the choice to either make it or pass on it. So. Yeah, man, it was a good day for Childish Gambino.
Yeah, he honestly, like, he's so inspiring. Like, he kills it in acting, he kills it in music, and then he kills it, obviously, as a writer, producer, director.
Oh, yeah.
So
awesome. The world's going to look really good for Don Glover.
Yeah.
And now the Golden Globes are over. Now we're officially going into the race for the Oscars because the Producers Guild of America, the Directors Guild of America, the Writers Guild of America, all these award shows are happening. So the race is on for the Academy Awards. Are there any films that... There are certain films that we know are a lock, like La La Land and Moonlight and Manchester are definitely going to get the Best Picture nominations. Mm-hmm. Are there any movies you would like to see get nominated for Best Picture? Fences.
Yes, definitely. Besides that, I mean, I had a lot of favorites last year, but I don't know if they're Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
Definitely Fences, La La Land, I can see that, and I really need to see Moonlight before the Oscars.
Yeah, I definitely need to see that. I think Arrival has a good chance of getting a Best Picture nomination.
Mm-hmm. It really didn't get any nominations for the Golden Globes.
Yeah, I didn't get any love at the Golden Globes.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks, but, when you look at what it was really competing against, I feel like it makes sense.
It has a good chance at the Oscars. I feel like the Oscars will probably reward it more. Amy Adams is totally going to get a Best Actress nomination because she's the new Meryl Streep. Speaking of Meryl Streep.
Oh my God, Meryl Streep.
How did we forget that? Oh my God. Savage and classy at the same time.
Savage and classy.
Like, she showed you how you do it, and she didn't say a name once.
Her speech. Well, first of all, before Meryl Streep, Viola Davis's speech. Introducing her.
Viola Davis,
was so beautiful. Like, it was so powerful. I almost teared up.
Just, can we give Viola Davis more movies?
Can we give her an Oscar for that speech?
Yeah. I'd be okay with that because that was an award-winning speech. She probably is going to win the Oscar anyway for Fences. I feel like.
Yes, honestly, I can't see it any other way. I mean, I haven't seen Moonlight, but her performance was amazing. But yes, Meryl Streep's speech I'm sure you've seen it. Like, if you didn't see the Golden Globes, you've probably seen that clip on your newsfeed somewhere.
And it's it's funny to say that it's controversial because it's like, it's just weird to think that this is the world we're living in. But
yeah, like, if you really listen to what she's saying, it really shouldn't be controversial at all.
I think the only thing that she maybe did wrong was like doing the whole like, they're only going to be athletes or like MMA fighters and whatnot. I feel like that was maybe like the wrong.
Oh, it's
I get the sentiment. I just feel like it was like the wrong idea because I think it's going to alienate people. But aside from that,
Yeah, there's also a lot of athletes.
The whole speech though was just beautiful. I wanted to stand up and cheer myself. Like that's how you do it.
Yeah, and of course, we all expected Donald Trump to react, and we all saw that happen.
I don't know what is more scary. I don't know which I fear more. His Twitter response or Tommy Lauren's videos.
Oh my god.
I feel like I dread her videos more because at least I don't have to hear his voice when I read his tweets.
Maybe we shouldn't dwell too much on this.
Yeah, let's not dwell on that. But anyway, back on the Oscars, the upcoming round of the Oscars, we got to wrap up soon. I would say like Arrival has a good shot at getting a Best Picture nomination. I feel like Hacksaw Ridge also has a pretty good shot. If I were to say movies that I would like to see get nominated, I think honestly,
Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea is going to get nominated no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a lock. I would like Sing Street just because I feel like you always need like a Juno every year, like kind of the little indie film or the underdog that could.
Oh, Edge of 17.
Edge of 17 would be a good one. I feel like Sing Street just has that vibe to it that would be nice to have in the Oscar montage when you have all the Best Picture. It was like Beasts of the Southern Wild or Juno.
That's how they pick their nominations about the montage.
You got to think
what are we gonna put in our montage?
What are we gonna put in that montage? But the other one I would say, and I honestly believe this, is Captain America: Civil War. I feel like Deadpool's getting a lot of attention. The fact that Deadpool got the Golden Globe for Best Comedy or Musical, it got a Producers Guild Award and a Writers Guild Award nomination, which is a big deal. But I feel like Deadpool is just much like Birdman. It plays into the safe of we're gonna poke fun at the most popular moneymaker right now, which makes us trendy or edgy. But it's really not. It's like kind of low hanging fruit. Like Deadpool's strength, if anything, lied in that it was pretty much just a standard superhero movie with a comedy edge. Mm-hmm. But I feel like Civil War has more in line with traditional Oscar films because it's essentially a family drama about families fighting and family breaking up.
Well, like how you said about La La Land, like Hollywood loves to, pick movies about Hollywood. Yeah. If you look at Deadpool, it kind of picks fun at itself in that aspect.
Just like Birdman did. It was about like kind of poking fun or being what they thought was clever, witty about superhero films. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. For me, it just comes off as, it just comes off as kind of mean-spirited, but I feel like I kind of hope Deadpool doesn't get a Best Picture nomination.
Well, if it does, I feel like that'll break way for a lot of films.
Yeah, but it's just like, do we really want Deadpool to be the first superhero movie nominated for Best Picture? And let the record show that when we say first, that even Dark Knight didn't get Best Picture nomination.
Yeah. Or
the first Superman movie. Or Spider-Man 2.
There always has to be a first, and then eventually...
Do you want Deadpool to be your first, though, Academy? Just think about that. When you think about that, who was your first superhero movie? When you wake up in the morning, do you want it to be Deadpool?
All right.
Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's our show. Janet, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on YouTube, My Road to Hollywood, and on Twitter, Janet Salas 93.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RLFink94. And guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for staying within the frame, and have a good day.